Hey, welcome to 209coach.com. I want to do a video for you today regarding emails I've been receiving on more clarification on the hip load and how everything works as regards to the sequence, how you get your body to be at its maximum place or power in regards to launch the bat. So I hope this video will help you, and I'm going to try to explain this the best I can in order to help you to become a better hitter. Now, one thing that's crucial to understand is this. When you are playing either baseball or softball, it is crucial that you start off with a very athletic or very sound setup. You can see here with this player right here, it's just beautiful right here. You can see how athletic it looks, and everything looks really nice. You see she has a tall torso, and one thing that's crucial that is very much overlooked at times, and I bring this up in my videos all the time, is that the setup. You want to have a lot of flexion in your arms. Okay, this puts you in a very relaxed state as you get into your setup. That's what you want. Okay, you don't want to have tension. Another thing that you see with the best players in the world, whether it be MLB, top NCAA softball players, is that they will have pretty much a vertical bat. Now you can see how her bat is laid off behind her. If you were to lift it up right here, it would be vertical. Okay, she's just very relaxed. She's kind of almost bouncing the bat on her shoulder. She lifts her wrists up, it would be vertical. Okay, and the reason I know that, if you look at the angle of direct opposite side batter's box view, it would be like this. Okay, so she would definitely be having a vertical bat. This allows you to use your wrist very effectively, very efficiently, with a lot of power. So, okay, we got the setup correct, and again, it's crucial that if you're going to use your proper hip coil, and if you're going to use the sequence correctly and everything, start off with a good setup. Okay, now if we go further here, watch what happens here. As soon as she starts to lift her front foot in this particular video, and this is what you see with the best players in the world. Notice what's going on right here. As she starts to get into the gather, immediately what you want to do is get the back pocket to start getting to point towards the pitcher. Get the tailbone to start moving towards the pitcher. Also too, as you get into the gather, notice here, as she's reaching the apex of her gather right here, you will notice a couple of things going on here. She still maintains the flexion in her arms, okay? In other words, you do not want to start really any pullback till your forward move. Again, with the bat, it's still behind her vertically. In other words, she would lift it up, it's still up. In other words, it's not cocked towards the outfield, it's not going back towards the umpire, it's still in a vertical state, okay? So we have the setup understood, we have the hip coil already starting to begin. You want to make sure that immediately, what I highly recommend is, as you start to get into your swing, you want to start getting that little hip coil immediately. You can watch her hips. Just pay attention to her hips. You can see that there's definitely a process that's being taken place right here as she lifts her front foot. Notice her arms. Notice how her arms, basically just from lifting the front leg and starting to get her weight 100%, okay, 100% into your back leg. That's what you want. I cannot emphasize this enough. You want to feel like you're staying 100% into your back leg as you start to lift your front foot, okay? And the reason for that is because when you load, you want to make sure that you're getting into the proper angles. If you are not feeling like you're squatting, okay, like you're squatting, watch this. Watch what happens here. You can see here it's very obvious. It's almost like there's a little squat there. The back tailbone, the back pocket's working towards the pitcher. Very relaxed with the upper body up to this state right here. If you do not get that 100% feeling of squatting, you're not going to be able to use your hips correctly, okay? Now, watch what happens after this. Okay, she gets into the apex of the gather. We talked about squatting into the back leg. The arms are very relaxed. The bat's still vertical. Basically, all she's doing is settling into that back leg. Again, like I said, 100%. Now, from here, watch what happens. And this is what I would like for you to do, okay? Get used to doing this. You will see that if you squat into your back leg and you coil your back hip, okay? Now, at the same time while you're doing this, again, like I mentioned, notice how her top hand is pointing towards the pitcher, and this is what starts to happen as you start to coil the back hip. You will see there's a process going on with her back elbow. Notice her back elbow. Notice how down it is. Watch what happens as she starts to get into the pullback. It works up, back and behind her. Now this occurs with the top hand pulling back. It's a subtle move. From 1 to 10, I tell my students about a 3 as far as the pressure, 3 out of 10. You don't want to death grip it and you don't want to hold it too lightly. And I believe like a 3 is a very perfect place to allow you to pull the bat back. It's not anything abrupt. It's more like a technique. This allows for the back elbow. Watch the back elbow. This produces a lot of upper body power, a lot of upper body torque, upper body pullback. This allows your bat to be in a perfect launch angle with the proper wrist hinge. This is why you want to start with a vertical bat. This allows you to use your body in a very effective manner. That along with the lower body. Again, pay attention to lower body. Notice what's going on here. As she stays 100% in her back leg, as she's squatting into that back leg and her tailbone, you notice how much her tailbone is turning now. This is amazing right here. Watch what's going on right here. Her belt buckle now is pointing in this way, okay? This is tremendous coil, tremendous torque, tremendous winding up into that back hip, the back leg. Most players that I actually analyze, they're pretty much somewhere over here, okay, which is still tremendous, tremendous hip coil. This young lady right here is producing tremendous coil in her lower body and her upper body. Now, another thing I want you to pay attention to is watch this. Notice how her hip angle is pointing kind of in this manner, okay? Notice her belt. It's not pointing in a linear manner. In other words, her belt buckle is not pointing in this way. It's pointing more in an upward, okay? And this is one thing I would like you to try just to kind of answer the emails I've been receiving. If you apply what I just said, okay, try to squat into that back leg, the back hip, and I want you to kind of let the front leg hover, like almost like you're hovering that front leg, the front knee up in the air, okay? And you will notice that if you get this where the angle is more like this, okay, not flat, not a linear hip turn, but more of a slanted where you're squatting into the back hip and the back leg, you're going to feel that you're going to have more of an angle like this. Now, if you produce these kind of angles and you apply what I just said, okay, as you get into, lift your front leg, you start coiling the back hip, the tailbone, and you get the tailbone. Watch again. Look at the tailbone. This is crucial because so many players, when I work with them and I told them, let's try to do this, they don't ever get anywhere near this kind of a look. Watch how her tailbone is really facing like very well towards the pitcher. Okay, this is what I want you to do. But as you do this, you're squatting into your back leg, 100% of your weight in your back and feeling like it's 100% in your back leg as you're squatting. And I want you to feel like you're kind of tilting back. In other words, where that belt is more, like I just said, it's more of an angle like this. You don't want to feel, if you're doing this in front of a mirror, which I recommend, you don't want to see this. You want to see more of this kind of an angle right here, okay? Now, as you're doing this, I want you again to do this with very smooth tempo. Feel the coil, feel the torque, feel that, just that, like I just mentioned, where your belt buckle is facing the catcher. This has to be done with very smooth tempo. Notice again, simultaneously, again, referring to the emails I've received, the sequence is as you get into the subtle move with everything very quiet with the upper body as you're coiling the lower body. Now, as you start your forward move, that's when you want to go from, again, just like I mentioned, I bring this up in my videos all the time because it's overlooked many times by coaches who are teaching children or teaching players, and they do not teach this, which I do because I, out of experience, have produced students that have gotten tremendous bat speed, tremendously more power by applying that palm going from there to going down like this as they get into their toe touch. This puts you in a beautiful launch angle with your upper body, and that with a lower body being coiled, you're going to produce tremendous speed. Now, the next thing I want you to do as you're doing this hovering and you're loading the back hip, the back leg what I want you to do, again, do this in super smooth tempo. Now I want you to, once you get to toe touch, not heel plant, okay? What I want you to feel, I just want you to feel like someone is just thrusting you right here, like if somebody was just hit you right there. Now you will see if you feel this feeling, okay, where your hips are working in this way, okay? They're working this way, like someone's thrusting you towards the pitcher. Automatically, cause and effect, your torso will feel like it's going in this way. Now the force of something going, again, going in this manner, with the torque of the torso working back in this manner, okay, you will produce tremendous power, tremendous force into the pitch. Now watch what happens here. Notice how her palm is facing down in front of the home plate, her top hand, right? Now watch what happens because of that hip thrust and that back torso lean. Notice how her palm goes from facing down to immediately right here. You can see it's very obvious that it's facing upwards now. Now this happens so quickly in a swing. This is why these players at the highest level, watch her bat. Notice how her bat is just tremendous bat speed behind her. This is what you want in order to be able to catch up to very high velocity pitching, elite pitching, okay? You do not want your hands being lunged forward. You don't want your body being lunged forward. Now, I brought this up in another video I recently did. Watch what's going on right here. And I'm going to just do this for you again so you can kind of see what's going on with her. This is where she starts right here, okay? This is where she's pretty much starting. Watch what happens. She gets into her hip coil. She goes back, and as she starts to swing, notice how the camera is moving a little bit, but my point is, you see that she's not lunging forward, she's staying back, okay? She's staying back 100% of that hip coil. Let yourself stay back like you're hitting off your back leg, almost like you're just not even using your front leg for anything. Just get into that back hip coil and let your hips thrust, and if you try this, grab a bat yourself, you will see that if you apply everything I just mentioned to you, that your bat will go from this. And again, it's crucial that you maintain this pullback. Do not release the pullback. You want to feel like you're pulling back with the top hand, again, from 1 to 10, like a 3. You want to maintain it. And by maintaining it and doing that hip thrust and that torso leaning back, you will produce, I guarantee you, you will produce bat speed like this. Look at this, bat speed behind you. Now, another thing I want to show you here is this. Now, watch what's going on. As she thrusts the hips, this is crucial. Watch what's going on with her shoulder tilt. Her shoulder tilt right now is literally like this, okay? What I see with many players, if you were to look at them from a pitcher's view, their shoulders are literally like this, almost like what they're doing is rotating almost like a merry-go-round. And like I bring up in my videos all the time, you want to have more of a roller coaster swing. Watch your shoulders right here. Now again, this is produced, it's cause and effect. If you apply everything I just said, maintain the pullback, okay? Maintain the pullback. Do the hip thrust. Let your torso go back, okay? This will produce that early bat speed, and from there, all you have to do is just tilt and explode, and watch how long she keeps the barrel below the hands. And this is one thing I cannot emphasize enough. Exaggerate a vertical bat. Exaggerate these angles like this. Do not let your right hand roll over your left until very late in the swing. Look at this. Even this late in the swing, you can see there's no rollover at all. And this is, again, produces tremendous power. Now, another thing that's going on here, which I want you to pay attention to right here, this pitch right here is pretty much like almost up the middle, maybe a little outside, but watch what's going on right here. As she hits, this is so important. Notice how her shoulders and everything is pointing more in this direction, okay? In other words, it's not pointing towards the shortstop. This allows for your arms to catch up and explode through the ball with tremendous power. In other words, don't spin out. Do not spin out. Stay closed and explode with the barrel below the hands with that hip thrust, okay? This will produce, again, tremendous power, tremendous mechanics that will allow you to have the ability to hit balls you've never hit before. And by the way, please give me a like on this video. I really appreciate your likes, and also subscribe to my channel. Now, again, I hope this answers the emails that I've been receiving as far as the hips and how they work. Again, it's basically just loading into that back leg, the back hip, 100%. Stay back there. Again, watch that hip coil. And again, as you do that, you want to apply the upper body in sequence, where once you start kind of getting into your forward move, watch the back elbow again. Watch how it works up, back, and behind her, up, back, and behind her. And as she does this, she gets the toe touch, and that hip thrust with the torso working back produces that bat speed. And again, you want to have the lead elbow work up to the height of the mouth. Look at this. Stay close, barrel below the hands, and just let it explode. Look at that extension right here. This ball was gone. This thing, look at this. Look at this extension right here. And even with that, if you were to put her more in a horizontal state, her bat would still be barrel below the hands this late into the swing. And watch what else is going on here. Look at the axis she's producing right here. From the logo to the belt buckle to her shoelaces, it's about a 70-degree angle. This is what you see with the best players in the world. This is also a cause and effect, because if you are using the sequence, the lower body correctly, and you're thrusting the hips and you let everything explode, everything will be in this kind of an angle. And what I see with a lot of lower level players is they kind of have a look like this, where the belt buckle would be right there where I just stopped, and they're like this, and their arms are literally wrapping around their below their chest, which produces no power. It produces weak shots. It produces flare shots. Okay, you don't want this. You want to produce these kind of mechanics right here, where you're loading the back hip, the back leg, stay back, and then from there, just explode. And again, I guarantee you this, if you work on every part of your game where you're always exaggerating the barrel below the hands, please understand this is crucial, because once you start flipping the right hand over the left, if you're a right-hander, it produces a lot of inconsistencies. It produces a lot of weak shots, a lot of flare shots. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope I answered your question, those who have been asking me about the lower body and the sequence of the swing. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching.